Welcome to Wonderland, Sweden. My name's Rebecca and I create educational tools with the help of my XTool P2 and Creative Space. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's begin. So today I'm going to engrave onto this shoehorn. So I'm just going to show you a few things that I do, tips and tricks, and I'm going to show you the afterwork as well. So I've connected my device so then I can see with the camera where it is on the bed. So for this one, it's really important to obtain the thickness before you do the editing, because you will see that once you change the thickness, then the picture will either zoom in or zoom out depending on how thick it is. So if we didn't do this beforehand, then it might look like it might fit, but as you can see, it kind of shrunk then when it took a picture from further away. So when it was for 13mm rather than 10.5. So what I do here is I draw an outline of a box. You can see I've got a rectangle here in yellow that I will eventually delete, but you can just leave it and just put it on output as ignore. So basically I'm wanting for it to fit in here. And you can see it's completely off on the right hand side, but that's more to do with the camera rather than anything else. So you can see that the close-up camera doesn't match with the overview camera. So I can see that it's a lot bigger than it needs to be. So I'm just guessing that, okay, the height is about 30 at the most. And I can kind of see that the angles are not the same. So obviously the shoehorn on the bed is not straight. It is actually a little bit of a tricky shape to do because it obviously goes outwards. But you can still see that it goes outwards different angles. So I'm going to just open up the bed, open up the drawer and move it just a millimeter. So for this to take close view camera, it's important just at the ends, because it's the ends where you want to make sure that it fits. So I've put the tape where I can engrave. So that's a good pointer of the area that I've got. Just for design, I think that the shoes might be a little bit better just having them outside of the box. So I rely 100% on the close view camera. I think it's amazing. I can easily put things back in and redo them. So I've just deleted the box. You don't need to delete the box, but I just did. So with this, you need to remember that there's tape on it. So the tape basically is because I don't want to sand the product afterwards. So make sure that you change the thickness again. I just choose pine plywood because I know that the settings are kind of in the ballpark region of what I want to do. So I'm just going to go up with the power because of the tape and go up with the lines per centimeter because of the tape. And the same with the black. So just checking that that one is on off for the output. And then you can see on the right hand side now it's very clear that engrave is on and the stilettos is on as well. So you can see here on the picture, and it will take 11 minutes and 42 seconds. So I'll start. This is what it looks like when it's been engraved and lasered. So the tape is still on, and obviously the machine burns where the letters are. And the next step is to try and get all the tape off as easily as possible. I would, before moving it, make sure that the engraving is deep enough. Otherwise, you would want to make sure that it's in the same place and that you can just go over it again with the engraving. But this one's fine. I've gone deep enough and it looks good. Lovely finish and lovely contrast between the original wood and the engraving. So now I'm going to peel off the masking tape with my nails and try and get off as much as I can. And then I'm going to try and get the rest off with Gorilla Tape. So Gorilla Tape is the best trick ever. Every laserer should have one. So you basically just take a little bit of tape and massage it onto each area to try and get all the A's and the O's and all the letters out. And just make sure that you've got all of them out. You can see quite clearly that it's yellow. And then I'm going to do a finish with a little oil at the end to protect where I've engraved. I forgot to say about the box that I did around the text. So yeah, I always center the text vertically to make sure that it sits in the middle. And then the box, like in this case, you can see that the shoehorn wasn't straight in the machine from the beginning. Without that box, you wouldn't have known. Just from the text, you don't see that it's not straight. So the box gives you a better perspective of angles. So it works really well. And I'm happy with the finished result. It worked really well.